Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This edict identifies Jesus of Nazareth as a heretic and a blasphemer.
This season on The Chosen.
There are those for whom this will set off a series of events. My followers won't understand.
Lazarus, come out!
I guess you're not holding back anymore.
I can't. I'm out of time.
See Season 4 of The Chosen in theaters on February 1st, starting with episodes 1, 2, and 3. Get your tickets now at thechosenriseup.com.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into KNOW Waco. I am your host, Debbie, here to help you get in the know about Waco.
This week, I'm going to be talking about an exciting event happening this weekend, and I have a very special guest in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Cassie Robertson, and I am the founder of the Jaunty Jungle and co-founder of Waco Wellness and co-founder of Awakened Hearts Healing Institute.
Yeah, and though you are a veteran on the podcast, go ahead and tell us what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
So actually being a military veteran is what brought me to Waco, and we moved up here for better education and school and kind of just getting plugged into a new community, and it has been amazing. And I feel like a native, even though I'm not.
How long have you been in here for? Already been in the Waco,
I've been in the Co since May 25th of 2018.
So quite a while.
Yes.
And I always tell people that come on the show that like Wacoan is like a title you claim.
Yeah.
So once you like claim it, you're a Wacoan.
Okay. All right.
Like I feel like that's very much like, it's like a reclamation
Yes.
of the term Wacoan.
Okay. I'm claiming it then.
You claim it. You're a Wacoan.
I'm a Wacoan.
There you go.
Yes.
Perfect. You've been here since 2018.
Blood in, blood out, right?
There you go. There you go. That works.
It's a movie from the early 80s.
I was not alive yet.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I guess I could still be cultured, but
It's a great movie if you
Oh,
get an
okay.
opportunity to watch it.
okay, I will. That's going to go on my Netflix watch list.
Do it.
After 80 other things. Okay, well, we're here to talk about your event happening this weekend. So tell me what's going on.
So on Sunday, November 14th from 12 to 5 p.m., Kylie and I are co-hosting the Holistic and Metaphysical Fall Gathering. We've got 80 local vendors coming to set up shop.
Whoop, whoop.
These are all small businesses that are providing a service or a product that falls somewhat within the category of holistic metaphysical vendors. We have 5 food trucks coming,
Ooh.
and we have some really cool live performances lined up, and it's going to be a very great day. So everybody should come and check it out. It's free entry, free parking, and it's a great way to support local community, shop small. There's going to be at least a few vendors with some of their Christmas stuff out already.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But man, just the variety of vendor this year is really kind of blowing our minds. We've got, local crafters and artists. We've got Bone Kitten Boutique coming.
Shout out.
But then we also have some local mental health providers coming. You know, we have Dr. Church and Megan Molnar coming from Waco Therapy and Holistic Services. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. They're going to come set up and, just really talking about the importance of mental health and taking care of yourself as a whole, which is kind of the whole theme behind the holistic and the metaphysical fair, right?
Yeah.
We really are encouraging fellow Wacoans to come out and explore ways that they can support themselves, mind, body, and soul through a variety of different approaches, and it's all people that are local to the community.
Wow.
So you can get, your dream catchers and your crystals and your incense and, anything that you're using on that metaphysical or holistic plane, it's going to be there. be available.
And you guys are giving spaces to some nonprofits as well, like Waco Pride Network.
Yes, we have Waco Pride Network setting up this year, which we're super excited for because, they advocate for people in the Waco area that need a voice. They need a support system because they haven't traditionally been supported in a lot of areas of their life, and we absolutely love that aspect. And then we also have Foster Village Waco coming to set up. Amanda Moore is
Mandy,
amazing. Yes.
Love her.
She's going to come and
all
set
these
up.
people you mentioned have podcasts also.
Yes, they do.
So
yes, they do.
Go follow their podcasts.
Yes.
I'll tag them.
Mandy and the F-bomb, right?
Yes.
I love her so much. So they're going to be set up just kind of talking about, what their nonprofits are about and what they're into and looking for some support and kind of just spread the word about, the mission that they're working towards, which both of them are working towards very important missions that impact our society.
Yeah.
So, it's good for them to get some acknowledgement and get the word out about them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give them some support, yes.
And this is actually your biannual event, so you guys have done this before. So tell me a little bit about the past market.
Yes, we had a market back in April, on April 11th, I believe. I think we had 67 vendors at that market.
Wow.
So it was a little bit smaller than this one. It was our first go, so I think
inaugural market.
Yes, but it went really well. The community that we developed amongst vendors at that event, which there's already a pretty good vendor community here in Waco because of Skellington Market and Eastside Market and the Movers and Shakers Market, and there's just a lot of businesses around here that are open to supporting vendors and small businesses. But everybody just really came together at that event, and it was just such a great, fellowship and community, and everyone's just so nice. I love it. But yeah, it went really well. We had Rosser's Blue Cord Barbecue came up, and they did a vegan option.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was so delicious. They sold out very quickly. They did cauliflower hot wings.
That's why we have to have 5 food trucks this time.
Yes, I think we had a Boardwalk on Elm last time, and I think they came close to selling out. Also, of course, we have yes. So this year we're gonna have Rosser's Blue Cord Barbecues coming back. They're so good. And then we have Fat Boys Tacos coming, and so everybody loves them.
Love them. So
we have
much.
Christo's coming with the Greek Mediterranean cuisine, and I don't know if y'all have tried their pita and hummus, but
delicious.
It's so good. We've got Lee's Kitchen coming, so we'll have some Vietnamese options.
Banh mi's.
Yes, their banh mi's are really good. And the salad stand.
Yes,
the salad stand is coming, so we're going to have
their SoCo
fresh
salad,
options.
so good.
I'm hoping they do their smoothies too. And Lee's Kitchen has a really good Vietnamese coffee, so I'm like, please, I hope they have that coffee.
Coffee is so good. I just need coffee every day. Every single day.
I've actually taken a break from coffee recently, and it was very difficult. I switched to tea, and I've been doing a good job.
I drink a lot of tea too.
So. I did go buy Be Kind Coffee today and
love them.
Get a
Alex
latte.
Sanchez, shout out. He's great.
And then we also have some other smaller food vendors coming. We've got Bees Greens coming. They're often set up at the farmers market. They have all of these really fresh microgreens very healthy options. We've got Jess and V's sugar cookies.
Ooh.
So yes, we'll have some sugar cookies out there available. And then we have a couple of kind of fun vendors. There's one plant chatter. So yes, so this vendor is going to be selling plants and also charcuterie boards.
That's a deal.
Is there a better combination?
That's the best. Combo Loco.
Those are two things that I love so much.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a huge variety. Bellfire Coven is going to be out there. That's
shout out Serena.
Yes, they're bringing all of their healing modalities and just taking care of yourself. And they're going to have, I don't know if y'all have seen I'm not going to try to pronounce the word because I'm going to butcher it, but the brooms that they're making, I can't think of the word, but she posted it on her Instagram account, and they're just these beautiful, floral homemade brooms.
So cool.
Yeah,
go check it out,
they're
guys.
Stunning. There's gonna be something there for everybody.
Wow, I love that.
Yes.
That's great. And what are you looking forward to most about this event?
Seeing everybody again, I think for sure, seeing all the familiar faces from the April event, meeting all of the new vendors that this is their first time around, kind of just an opportunity for me to be at a market, not as a vendor, and just, supporting everybody. Just, seeing the community show up and support these small businesses, and, having people come to a place where they feel they have a connection with the other people that are there, the other vendors that are there. I just love seeing that side of it.
And I know you've already touched a little bit about this, but what's your mission behind everything that you do?
Everything that I do is centered around raising the community, bringing the community together, healing the community, finding ways to move forward, less as individuals and just more, not necessarily concerned with, but just more aware of how the way that we live our lives and the choices that we make affect the people around us. And when we become aware of that, when we become a little bit conscientious about that, things tend to be a little bit improved, And it's also good to be plugged into your community because we're social beings, as humans, we're social beings, and we need to have support systems around us. We need to know that there are other people out there that we can connect with whenever we're having hard times in our lives.
Definitely.
We don't all have to just be out here struggling all alone, And also I'm a little bit of an anti-capitalist, so I like supporting,
Shop small.
I like to give my money to people that I know are using it to support themselves instead of ending up in an offshore bank account somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And especially, with this holiday season, everybody worried about the chain and supply demand and everything that's happening with that.
Yes.
It's really important for us to shop local, especially this holiday season.
Yes, absolutely.
Do all of that and then support the members of our community because they are here. The things are here. You're not waiting on anything to come shipped from, across the world, like waiting 4 weeks or whatever.
And everything's handmade with love.
Exactly. Handmade with love.
Yes.
Secret ingredient, kindness, heart, love, all of that. But yeah, and so you've been running the Jaunty Jungle, and then you guys actually just opened a space. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, I would love to talk about that. So Julie Taylor, she owns a business called Luminescent Life. She's also a Reiki practitioner. Her and I teamed up and developed Awakened Hearts Healing Institute, which we are currently in the process of building into a nonprofit.
Oh, wow.
And yes, so we're very excited about that. We want to be able to offer all of the services that we do for free to the community, on a full-time basis, basically, which is kind of what I do with the Jaunty Jungle. I have a lot of free services. I have a free option for every service that I offer, but the office space has been... It's expanding at a faster rate than we've been able to keep up with.
Love to hear that.
Yes,
though.
We are both booked all of the time.
Wow.
We actually are, fingers crossed, expanding into one more office at the same location. That way, we both will kind of have our own, not necessarily individual spaces, but we'll have a space dedicated kind of to tarot readings and natal charts, and then we'll have another space dedicated to Reiki sessions. It'll be a little bit more of a private experience, but the office is just, it's working out so nicely. Everybody has responded well to it, and we've literally had more business than we can even handle between the two of us. So it's great. If you guys want to come in and see, did you get to come see it when we did our grand opening?
Yeah, I came to the grand opening.
That's right.
It was amazing.
Well, there's been some changes since then.
Oh,
so
wow.
We rearranged a little bit, freshened things up a bit.
Cool.
So feel free to come check it out anytime you want. It is appointment only. So you have to schedule an appointment, but we're hoping to be participating in Small Business Saturday.
Oh, yay.
Towards the end of the month. Amber Cade over at Utopia Essentials, which is also one of our vendors.
Love them. They're off of Wooded Acres.
Wooded Acres, yes, right behind the McDonald's and the Chipotle.
Shout out.
Not to McDonald's, but
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, also to McDonald's. No.
I guess.
Anti-capitalist.
Yes.
We can't shout out
I
McDonald's.
really support McDonald's, but they do have good French fries. She's she's going to be hosting a Small Business Saturday, scavenger hunt type thing, where she's going to have people going from business to business and checking in, and then there's going to be prizes. And she just had this really amazing, beautiful, awesome idea. And so we're hopefully going to be having an open house day then, but that's not finalized yet, to people can come, just kind of pop in, get a tarot reading, check in, and mark us off of your scavenger hunt.
Yeah, that's so cool. And for people that don't know, do you want to describe a little bit about what Reiki is, and a little bit about other things that you do, and the whole idea of metaphysical and holisticness.
Absolutely. So if we're breaking holistic and metaphysical into two separate categories, when we're talking about holistic, we're talking about the natural world and the body's natural way to kind of heal itself and take care of itself, restoring our body back to a natural balance. So this kind of just includes working with the natural energy that is existing around you and within you. We know from science that everything is energy. So this includes our thoughts and our emotions and everything that's happening with our physical, mental, emotional body. So that being the case, when we're talking about it from a psychological or a mental aspect, when we repress emotions, when we don't properly process our emotions, regardless if because we don't know how, or if we've been taught to that, that's weak or, something silly that this society likes to say, we're repressing that energy. And that energy has to have somewhere to go within our body, right? If it doesn't have an outlet, then it starts manifesting as physical symptoms. We start getting these lower back pains, upset stomach, headaches, fatigue, tension in the neck and the shoulders, just all of these things that happen to our body as a result of stress, basically. So all of the holistic components, the yoga, acupuncture, there's modalities of therapy that fall under a holistic approach. We're just practicing, spending time out in nature, meditation, all of these types of things are a holistic approach to returning to a good state of health, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally also. And then the metaphysical side is more of the astrology components. And, this is where the Bellfire Coven would fall in. They're working with the natural world around them, but they're using more, symbology and words, and just they're using the energy around them in a different way, I guess. There's a wide variety of things that fall into the metaphysical. The crystals fall in there, incense, all of these tools that we use to holistically heal ourselves kind of fall under the metaphysical. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's going to be tarot readings that, I feel like that falls under metaphysical, tarot readings whenever we do things like that. So then energy healing is using, all of this free energy that exists around us. It's connecting to different frequencies that are existing in the universe. And once you get connected to, the really high frequency, like unconditional love and joy and bliss and happiness, we can use those to bring our body into a state of relaxation that allows us to release those feelings that we've been holding on to. Yeah. And sometimes people get to such a stressed out time in their life that relaxation is like a foreign concept, they don't have time for it, or they don't know how to relax. And then their body is literally just physically tense and holding on to all of these emotions, these energies. So Reiki is a very specific traditional Japanese technique form of energy healing that we can use to bring the body to a very relaxed state that allows people to kind of open up and let a lot of this stuff go.
Yeah. And how have you seen this community grow, especially here in Waco?
Oh, man. So when I first got started, there were a lot of people in the area that weren't familiar with this type of an approach or process. And there were a lot of people that felt like maybe because of the specific religions that they subscribe to, that it wasn't a godly or like a holy thing to be doing. And I had a lot of people saying not nice things. I've been accused of being a Satan worshiper and a devil worshiper, and been told that I'm gonna go to hell, and and I don't subscribe to that theology. So it doesn't super affect me, but it doesn't really feel good when people say things like that to you. Or they start invoking the name of Jesus Christ in front of you, which I think is a little bit ironic, because I'm a huge fan of Jesus Christ, and I work with the Christ consciousness every day. Every client that comes in, every time that I'm connecting to the frequency of unconditional love, I am connecting to the love of Jesus Christ. Some people, aren't super happy about that initially starting out, and I did face a lot of resistance. But I just stayed, in love. I stayed in the frequency of love, and I gave people an opportunity to come check it out if they wanted to. No pressure. And I have seen a significant increase in clients coming to me that are feeling more relaxed just coming in. You know, there's not nearly as much fear attached to it. Probably in the past year, I've only had like 1 or 2 people say anything to me at all about feeling like my soul might be in jeopardy or danger, or just flat out saying something rude. So that to me, I see as huge progress. Just seeing, you know, a lot of the different businesses being open to it. You know, I was just invited to Design House for their Sweet 16.
Shout out.
To read cards there. And I had 5 Christian ladies in a row that wanted to get readings, and we talked about, we talked about religion, we talked about Jesus, and they were open to receiving a tarot card reading, and there was no judgment, and it was just an exchange of pure love. And that was, that was a very emotional moment for me, just being accepted more into the community. And I can't speak for every Reiki practitioner or tarot reader in the area, but I have heard from a lot of people, that are in the same line of work as me, saying that the Waco community is opening up, and it's being a lot more accepting of people who are operating outside of traditional healing modalities and what people, consider to be the only way to heal yourself.
Yeah. And what is something you would like to see more of in the Waco community?
I would love to see, so we've got a lot of tarot. I don't know if you're like tracking how many tarot readers are coming up right now, but
looking at them.
Yes, there are so many.
Shout out Star Tarot, Jordan.
Yes. And Krista.
Runecaster Nick.
Yes, Runecaster Nick. Oh my gosh, there's so many coming up, and I love seeing that aspect of it, right? And I would love to continue to see more people getting into energy healing, Reiki. Julie and I are actually offering a Reiki certification class in January. Yes, for people who want to come and get their level 1 and 2, which would be, applying Reiki to yourself, doing self-healing, self-energy work. And for anyone who's looking to expand on that, we'll be offering the master class also.
Wow.
But yeah, I would love to see this continuing to grow in this direction, and for people to really start thinking about healing their physical, mental, and emotional bodies in a more connected way, because you can't really heal one without the other. You have to really look at all things, because our bodies and our emotions and our mind are very intricate. It's the same thing. It's all the same thing. Yeah. So you can't treat one without the other. So I would love to see people being more open to looking at ways that they can just naturally start supporting and loving themselves and taking care of themselves in a more holistic way.
Yeah. And give us all your information on how people can get involved, and give us all the information on where we can find you.
Yes. So we've got Facebook and Instagram for all of the businesses. My personal account is the Jaunty Jungle. So anyone that's looking to book an appointment, they would go to that page, thejauntyjungle.com. You can book directly through my website. If you want to book with Julie, then you would go directly to hers, which is Luminescent Life. And then we have the Awakened Hearts Healing Institute page, and the handles are just the name of the business, so they're pretty easy to find. And you can see all of the upcoming events and classes on there. Of course, we've got the Waco Wellness page set up also for the market. Yes. And we've got all of the vendor spotlights. We've got more to come, but we've got a lot of vendor spotlights done already. The set list. So if you're looking for a specific performance time, we've got that posted on the Instagram and the Facebook page. And email any questions that you have, thejauntyjungle@gmail.com. And I do consultation, so anybody that wants to know more about it, or they want to come look at the space so they can feel more comfortable, easy breezy 15-minute consultation, explain everything, and we're open to receive anyone that's ready to receive us.
That's so amazing, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me again.
Of course. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
Just remember to be nice to yourself and love yourself and treat yourself the same way that you're treating everyone around you, and that's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Woo!
Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. This is your host, Debbie, signing off. Now that you know, go! Just go, Waco!
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.